Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mer Herosner Podcast Season 3, Episode 10, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. It's Thursday, December 22nd. I'm your host, Vic Badlayan, and I'm rushing through this because we are late due to technical difficulties.
Just a wee bit.
As always, I'm joined by my multi-talented co-host, Mr. Mike Badlayan, where we discuss our great Armenian history, different eras, topics, and people. Thank you, everyone who's joining us live on YouTube and Facebook. If you're on YouTube, click that like button, share, subscribe. And if you're on Facebook, please like and share with friends and family. No announcements, nothing. We're going to go straight to it.
Right to the point.
Our guest tonight is an archaeologist who is joining us live very early in the morning from Armenia, Miqayel Badlayan. Miqayel is the director and the head of the Erebuni Historical Archaeological Museum. He is currently working on the excavation of the Erebuni Fortress, and he is here to talk about the secrets and amazing finds they have discovered so far. So I'm going to bring him onto the screen, and just bear with us.
We figured it out,
Yes,
folks. We figured it out.
There he is. Okay. Hi, Miqayel. Can you hear us? Great. Thank you so much for joining us today. We apologize for all the technical difficulties. First of all, thank you so much for waking up early in the morning to be with us. We really appreciate it. We've been wanting to connect with you for a long time and talk about Erebuni because it has a
Special place for all of us.
Place for all of us Armenians. First, if for our audience to get to know you, if you don't mind, just give us a quick bio of about yourself. You know where you were born, and I also really want to know what made you get into archaeology, and especially about our own history.
Osman.
Mikhail, just sorry to cut you off. Miqayel, can I cut you off? Miqayel, can we cut you off 1 second? I apologize, but our audience is saying that they can't hear you. So I think we're still having the same. We can hear you, but they're saying that they can't hear him. I don't understand why this is happening.
Is there a setting?
I don't know how to do this. Miqayel, I'm gonna real quick. I know this happens. It's fine. It's a podcast. It's live. Since you can connect, I'm gonna connect my phone to our soundboard, and I'm going to call you back so people can hear the audio. Is that okay with you? Okay, I apologize. Okay. Guys, bear with us. We're going to try to figure this out.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, let's see.
Are they going to be able to see him on video over there?
No, they won't see him on video, but it's okay. They'll hear it through the thing. Awkward silence.
Awkward silence.
Oh man. Yeah, they can hear me. I guess you guys can hear us fine, right? Give me 1 second. Okay, Miqayel, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, guys, can you hear him now?
Can you hear him? Please respond.
Yes, they can hear him.
Yeah. I know they're on a little bit of a delay. Yeah.
Yep,
All right. There we go.
We're good to go.
All right.
Okay. All right, Miqayel John.
Problem
We apologize.
solved.
So I know you know the slide. So again, we were at the shot of where we have the aerial showing the Erebuni Fortress.
Oh, no, it's not your fault.
Already noticed. Over here, you can see the aerial photo of Erebuni Fortress, and on the background, you can see the city Yerevan. And we say that the written history of our capital Yerevan starts from Erebuni. Why written history? Because in the territory of Yerevan, we have even prehistoric sites and monuments, even which are going back even to 70,000 years ago. But also we have extremely important sites. If we go to the next slide, so you can see the GIS map of main archaeological sites of Yerevan, and even many citizens of Yerevan have no idea about those sites. So in this case, I would like to single out Shankavid, which is an early Bronze Age site related to mainly to 4th, 3rd millennia BC. And maybe you know about Kura access culture. That is culture which in all likelihood was originated in the territory of Armenian highland, and one of the cores of this culture was Yerevan, Ararat Plain, and this culture spread out till the Israel and Palestine. Even in Israel, we have archaeological sites where we have very similar archaeological complex as excavated in Shankavid, for example. And in this case, I would like also to indicate Yerevan Cave, Yerevan 1 Cave, which is a prehistoric site located in the territory of Yerevan on a bank near the bank of Razdan River. Some Armenians are going, so we use so annually in each year we are going to Mer Memorial. So it's a place for memorial of genocide of Armenians, and but most of us have no idea that very close to this memorial we have also very interesting archaeological complex sites consisting of fortresses and other complexes which called Titernakaber. So, and we have different archaeological sites. For example, in next year, Erebuni Museum is initiating to do some archaeological excavations in Zorabad Fortress. Maybe also you have no idea about this and you are not so informed that it's located not so far from modern Tumo Center in Yerevan.
Oh.
In the ground hill. So just under the foot of modern new constructed building. So, and in this case, of course, Yerevan is very rich. If we go to next slide, so here you can see three main sites, which actually is a Erebuni Historical and Archaeological Museum Reserve. That is Shankavid, and you can see in this beautiful photo the remnants of Shankavid, Erebuni, and Karmir Blur. Please let's move to next slide.
Okay.
And here you can see some plans of Shankavid, Erebuni, and Karmir Blur. Here you can see the plan of citadel of Karmir Blur, and if we go to next slide. So I would like also to say information about Shankavid because many persons knows about Erebuni, about Karmir Blur, but Shankavid in this case is somehow neglected. So here you can see Shankavid, and this was an extremely important archaeological center. This was a center where started some signals of urbanism in the territory of Caucasus.
Miqayel, if I can ask you, when you say it was kind of like neglected, what's the reason that it was neglected?
Neglected because I think it is connected with policy because there was a policy mainly to be concentrated on Christian monuments. For example, if you come to Armenia and make a visit tour, so mainly in your tour packet, you will have some Christian monuments. And in this case, many pre-Christian monuments were not so well, managed. So this is also problem of management. So and even many citizens of Yerevan had no idea about this. And now slowly we're starting to propaganda this, to use some management tools. And after I will show what we are doing for the valorization and popularization of these sites.
Miqayel, if I can ask you a question.
Yes.
I've been to Shankavid a bunch of times during my visits to Armenia. I didn't even know there were ruins or anything like this. I had no idea.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been to Shankavid a lot.
You're absolutely right. Please, if you go to next slide. So next slide, you will see even photos, pictures of excavations by Armenian American Joint Expedition. And even some scholars tend to think that here we have some prototype of a shrine with hearth. So hearth was one of the symbols of Shankavidian culture. And imagine almost 5,000 years ago in Yerevan, in Armenia, we had this kind of structures with mud brick superstructure, with highly developed civilizations. And you know, we need to carry about this heritage because really this is a treasure. And now slowly we are starting to develop this. I can tell you then when I became a director, unfortunately, Erebuni, Shankavid branch of Erebuni Museum had less than 300 visitors. This is really very bad.
Every year?
So now in this every year, yes, every year.
Wow.
So now we have more than 3,500 annually, but in next year I think we should have almost 5,000, even more visitors. For Shankavid, this is a good number, but we need to work. And in this case, we are working also. We want to make a VR program. If you go to next slide, also see our colleague Parkev Rangan made a 3D reconstruction of Shankavidian house. He did a great job. And you see, and on the center of this house, you can see the hearth. And by the way, maybe you know about Armenian traditional houses called Hazaraken.
Yeah.
So Shankavidian houses, Shankavidian dwellings are the prototypes of Hazaraken. This is really very important.
Wow.
And if you go to next, and in this case, also, this is a good reason I want to use this opportunity to invite all who want to visit Shankavid, because really this is an attractive place. Now we are working on the concept of new exhibition, and in autumn we are going to make new attractive exhibition also with interactive technologies. So now I would like to concentrate on Erebuni, and if we go to next slide, you will be able to see the map of Urartu Kingdom. Also,
yes.
Please, we can move to next slide, and here you have the map of Urartu Kingdom.
Yeah.
So you know, we are the heirs of Urartu Empire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But to be the heir and to keep the legacy of this empire, because Urartu should be a brand for Armenia.
Yeah.
Urartu should be a synonym for Armenia. Also, in Bible, Urartu is attested as the land of Ararat.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is extremely important, and from the part of view of heritage. So I should say you some things. That now it is not so important who is the direct heir of this empire. It is important who carries for cultural, archaeological, historical heritage, who is investigating, who is popularizing this. This is extremely important. And Erebuni and Tarmir Blur are one of the key sites of Urartu Empire. By the way, Also, many Armenians don't know about Erebuni. On the map, you can see. So, Erebuni was an important tribal confederation, which also covered the modern territory of Republic of Armenia. And just I can notice one of the names of the kings of Erebuni attested in Urartu cuneiform inscriptions. So he was attested as Diucini, which can be derived from Indo-European Deos and Zini. So it is Armenian, so it can divine born. So this is Sin and Sin. So this is pure Indo-European and I think Armenian born, and also it says about our ancient culture. And we also need to take attention not only to Urartu Empire, but also to the land of Erebuni, which was partly involved in the territory of Urartu Empire. And if we go to next slide, just some short review on Karmil Balur. Here you can see Gadrovsky, the main excavator of Karmil Balur. You know Karmil Balur from Armenian derives as reddish hill. And the archaeological investigation started here since 1939. So, and here, so it is one of the well-investigated Urartu monuments. And here you can see storage room, fantastic storage room in Karmil Balur. So we have more than 100 storage rooms with pitoi, with terraces. And if we go to next slide, so you can see some fantastic archaeological objects discovered in Karmil Balur. The site was consisted of fortress, outer town, so where lived the middle and lower strata of population, and also from necropolis. And here, for example, you can see cuneiform clay tablets. These were some kind of ancient letters, prototypes of letters in Urartu time. And you can also notice the part for stamping. In one of these kind of...
I have a question really quick. So were these cuneiform tablets, I mean, I'm sure there's scholars that are deciphering this language.
Yeah, has this been translated?
Yeah, has this been translated?
There are some of them which have some difficulties because
I mean, it's an ancient language, ancient letters.
Yeah. I can tell you that these cuneiform tablets, as I told you, were prototypes of letters. And you know, even in one of them informed about the kidnapping of the girl. And the king say that king order that they should return to the girl. Imagine in this we have information about officials, etc., etc. So this is extremely important data for history, not only of Armenia, but for whole ancient Near East. And here you can see golden earrings. So by the way, from left part, you can see this long vessel which was used for drinking a beer. You know that Greek commander and historian Xenophon, who passed through the Armenian highlands, so and who lived in 4th century BC, he informed that Armenians were used wine made from barley, from long vessels with long reed pipes. In all languages, here he means a beer, so wine made from barley. And in Karmil Balur, we have the archaeological evidence of this. because in archaeological context was discovered seeds of barley, reed pipes, remnants of reed pipes and long vessels. So we have also archaeology.
How far back?
Oh, sorry.
How far back do these date back? More or less. Do you have any idea how far they date back? Let's say, for instance, some of these the beer or barley jugs or whatnot.
We have remnants from remnants on inside of vessels of barley, and this testifies about this. Really, indeed, this testifies about this important occasion. I am an archaeologist, or an archaeologist is very important, the archaeological context. And here we have how to say echo reflection of Xenophon's testimony. So that was not told by Armenians, that was told by Greek commander and historian who passed through the Armenian highlands. And here we have archaeological context reflection of Xenophon testimony, where we have both barley and long vessel, and also, if I am not mistaken, we have also some remnants of reed pipes, which testify about this. And this can also be brand for Armenian. We can make festivals in Karmir Belur. We need to be proud of this.
Yeah.
And look to these objects. Those are really reflected. By the way, Karmir Belur was called by Urartu king Rusa II, who ruled in the middle of 7th century BC, the city of god Tesheba, Teshebaini. Tesheba was weather god of Urartu, the storm god, rain god, and he was second god following to the supreme god Aldi. And please go to next slide. So this is also about legacy. So Karmir Belur was in extremely bad situation, and with our colleagues, friends, we made an invitation. Let's remove the construction refuse from Karmir Belur. So here you can see situation. It was full of the construction refuse, and also we made a fundraising. And if you go to next slide, so here you can see the members of this initiation. And after you can go to next slide. And what was important that after this fundraising, Yerevan municipality joined and take initiative. This was great. And 1,214 trucks.
Wow.
Each of them involved 20 tubes of ton of construction refuse was removed from Karmir Belur.
Wow.
This is how to say unexpected incident for the new cultural history of Armenia. And this is a way to show that, yes, we are the heirs of Armenian Urartian legacy. And so this was really important work, because, also you say why tourists are not coming, because they were visiting Karmir Belur and they see this extremely bad situation. Now,
if I can ask you,
next slide.
Before we go to the next slide, I wanted to ask you, when was this cleanup done? And before that, how was the government not involved in this? Did they not know about this, or were they just didn't care? What was the reason why it was left like that?
The independence of Armenia, that site was abandoned. That site was abandoned, and many persons, which is extremely sad, they were bringing construction refuse to this site. They don't carry for Karmir Balur, for our heritage, and almost during 25 years we had this kind of situation. I remember when I became head of Karmir Balur branch before holding position of director of Erebuni Museum. For me, was extremely different situation because we had a sheep in the site, cows, dragsmen. So it was terrible situation.
Yeah.
So now, for example, if you go to next slide, so now we have guarding cameras. We have a very nice, as you see, parking place. We have a new guarding place.
So
We also made some panels. Now we are going to make a 3D with one organization, Arlupa. They are going to help us also. We can use also for this also some AR tools. So also we made setting place, as you see, visitors can set. So practice illumination. So during the night you can safely walk in the site. And now this is a very lovely place for visitors. So
Yeah, it will attract the tourism.
yes, we are doing different actions here. So we will come back to Karmir Balur, but I will also speak about Erebuni. So if you go to next slide, you can see special plan of Erebuni. And as I told you, Erebuni is a unique site because from here it starts the written history of Yerevan. And you can
like
also
it was perfectly
see,
built.
yeah. And please go to next slide. And here you can see very important object, the stone passport of Yerevan. So in 1950, in autumn, during the excavation of Erebuni Fortress, one of the students, Rafaelian, fortunately discovered a cuneiform inscription, which after investigation considered to be the passport of Yerevan. And in this stone inscription, the Urartu mighty monarch Argishi I, so he informs about the foundation of the city with name Erebuni or Erebuni.
Yeah.
So many scholars believe and think that the name of our capital derives from Erebuni. And you know, Urartu cuneiform inscription, not the language, but cuneiform inscription, was borrowed from Akkadian, Assyrian. And in Assyrian, we have such kind of sounds, such as V, O, J, etc. And for example, when the scribe was writing, so he should write Erebuni, so he was not poet because in Assyrian they had a vowel sound V. So in this case, in my personal opinion, they should use Erebuni. But in all likelihood, the name of city was pronounced as Erebuni. And also you know that we call Yerevan not only as Yerevan, but also as Erevan.
Yes.
So, and so many outstanding scholars thought that the name of Yerevan derives from Erebuni. So this is really a very important feature, and Yerevan is one of the oldest cities, all these capitals in the world, which has its own passport. By the way, also many Armenians have no idea that this is not only the one, because after, during excavation in Erebuni Fortress, there were discovered 3 copies of this. Urartian monarchs like to make some duplicates of their cuneiform inscription because cuneiform is an important tool for PR propaganda and symbolic power. So, and we have four original passports. Of course, some of them have some double lines, but this is really important feature for the history of our city. And here, I noticed that from Erebuni derives the written history, because here we have cuneiform. But the history of Yerevan, of course, is much and much older. We're starting from Yerevan Cave, Shankavid, Muhanat, Papa, Cizernaka Belt, and other important monuments. You can go, please, to next.
Miqayel,
Yeah.
now, do we know what's written on this, the full text of this cuneiform?
Yes, we know. I can tell you this. Mainly by the greatness of God Faldi. Faldi was the supreme god of Urartian kingdom. Argisti, the son of Menua, built this magnificent city and named it Erebuni for the power of the land Biaina. So Urartians called their land Biaina, Assyrians called Urartu. For the fear of the enemy land, the land was not fertile, and I made many important actions here. And after he say, so it's a royal titularity by the greatness of God Faldi, King Argisti, mighty king, the king of the land of Biaina, the lord of the city of Kuspa.
Yeah.
As you know, Kuspa is modern city 1.
Yeah.
So, and it was very important in their titularity to write the epithet Lord of city of Tuspa. So
Tuspa was the capital of Urartu before Erebuni, correct?
The capital.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So we're going to the next slide.
Paintings are really unique because in Erebuni were discovered the bulk of Urartian frescoes ever excavated. And imagine this, how those frescoes are fantastic. You can see this beautiful horse.
Detailed
painting.
That's still
and we can go to next slide. For example, look, we have a representation of camel. So also representation of camel in pottery on Pitoi. And also please go to next slide. So because Erebuni is also very important, because in Erebuni, archaeologically, during Armenian French archaeological team, we also attested post-Urartian period. This is extremely important period, not so well investigated, which is related to the end of 7th century and 6th century BC. This is a period where we have the dynasty of Yervanduni, Orontid dynasty, and after Armenia became the part of Armenian Empire. And here you can see the silver Raicha. This is the hoard discovered not so far from Erebuni Fortress in the one private houses, in the basement of one of the private houses. And looking to this, we should be proud. Look to this object. By the way, I should tell that, so you can see the riton, silver riton of rider. Yes, you see, yes?
Yeah.
This one. So in April, this return will be exhibited in British Museum for 6 months in the luxury exhibition from Cyrus to Alexander. This is really, really very important for us.
Of course, of
and
course.
we are working with our colleagues of British Museum. So, and everything is going.
Now, can I ask you, speaking of the British Museum, are there other Urartian artifacts that have been excavated, let's say, from Western Armenia, that are there right now that we don't have access to?
This British Museum is not so rich with artifacts. Also, we have an artifacts in Ugar, in Metropolitan, in Germany museums, in St. Petersburg, Hermitage, so in Turkey, even in Japan, Oriental Museum, where and we need to work with them and to do some common projects. For example, we asked to our colleagues from British Museum to do a special cuneiform course, online course, free course for Armenian students, and they agreed with pleasure. So in next year, they will make a special free online course for Armenian students.
That is amazing.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Now, speaking of,
it was my initiative, and by the way, in this case, I should tell you that we are in a collaboration with such an important institution such as the Louvre, especially Ancient Near Eastern Department of Louvre, of Hermitage State Museum, so Pushkin State Museum. We are doing good collaboration with our Austrian colleagues, Hungarian colleagues, German colleagues, and Iranian colleagues, and I can continue during these past years. Erebuni made really a good network of collaboration.
Miqayel, let me ask you something. As far as being in the diaspora, people like us, obviously we have this love of our history and our land, and the youth there, the younger generation, are they starting to show interest into our history and realizing how important it is, especially being the heirs of the Urartian Empire? Are you seeing that more younger people coming and saying, "Hey, I want to learn about archaeology. Because I saw some pictures and you had some young kids that were actually helping with the excavation and the cleanup."
Yeah. It's a really very important question. Of course, we have an interest, but we have an interest. We have guys who are coming to our excavations who want to learn. Just after I will show our School of Junior Archaeologists, even some participants of our junior archaeologists after graduated archaeology department of Yerevan State University with diploma of honor. There is a big interest, but in this case, we need to change the policy to archaeology and the view to archaeology, because archaeologists should be extra evaluated. Look to Great Britain. So if we compare, in Great Britain, many archaeologists who made a great contribution, so they have a title of Sir of Knight, which is very important. And in this case, so the work of archaeologists should be evaluated, and I think with TV, with media, with people, because archaeology, so we speak about Erebuni, but who knows about, thanks to whom we know about Erebuni? Thanks to archaeologists.
Yeah.
So we speak about heritage, and this is a profession which, unfortunately, to tell the truth, I think in one period there was some kind of degradation. And for example, I remember that when I was a teenager, so there was some kind of tendencies. For example, when the person wants to be, for example, boy wants to start a musician, it was accepted not so well. So when in the school they say that why you are learning, it's not so well. So our parents will manage about this. There is no reason. I remember that when I was in last class of the school, very few persons, our classmates were coming, because with different ways they were resolved their marks, etc. So, and in this case, we need to reevaluate our worldview, because I can tell you that without reevaluated education, our country has no future.
Of course.
This is my personal opinion.
Oh, it's the opinion of a lot of us.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Trust me, we feel the same way.
So this is what I want to tell, and now we are working on it. We want that archaeologists have a normal salary. Archaeologists think about work, concentrate on its work, and it's really, really very important.
Can I ask you something about
I can tell.
Now, was Erebuni the date? Is it actually 728 BC that Erebuni was constructed, or is that some guesstimate?
Sorry, I didn't.
Or the question was because in historical information we know that it says that Erebuni was built in 728 BC by Argishti. Is that the actual date, or have you guys from your discoveries maybe predicted that it might be earlier? Or
it is 782. Now there are some debates on the reign of Argishti I. Even I can tell you that even maybe the foundation of Erebuni can be a little bit earlier, maybe 2-3 years earlier, maybe 1 year later. This is not so important, because this is a science, and in science we have this kind of debates.
Yeah.
Still we didn't fix the pre-Urartu layers. But why Erebuni is so important? Because in Erebuni we have a continuity. Because in Erebuni, after Urartu Empire, we have Yervanduni dynasty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what is important, during the excavations of Armenian-French International Joint Expedition, there was fixed very important archaeological data and strata. And we can also see some parallels with Median architecture. Media, was the important empire in central Iran. And our father of history, Moses Orenatsi, testifies about correlation between Armenians and Medes. So I think in Erebuni we also fixed archaeological reflections of this testimony. And after we have Achaemenid satrapy. But what is interesting that during in Erebuni also we have some Hellenistic objects, and also during last seasons we discovered also one shelf of medieval glazed pottery. So this is really important, and this can say about the continuity. Erebuni is extremely important for us.
Yeah.
Please, if you go to next slide, you can see again this amazing
the silver. Yeah.
return, silver return.
Yeah.
So, and if you go to next slide, you can see Erebuni Museum. This is just for
I've been
our auditorium. So you can see Erebuni Museum. So this is also another story because the facade was done by Armenian genius sculptor Mer Herosner. So who was made also the sculptor of Mother Armenia, sculptures in Sardarabad. So this is a really honor for us. And for this, he also awarded for a special prize in Soviet Union.
Is this supposed to depict Argishti?
And it is his, how to say, his work, so his art, and here he made the image of Argishti.
Okay.
And now this is one of the brands. This image is one of the brands of Erebuni Museum.
Yeah.
And please, if you go to next slide, you can see a photo from Armenian-French joint expedition. Look this beautiful street with pebble stone.
Wow.
So, 8th century BC.
That is
This
phenomenal.
is one of the most ancient Urartu streets discovered in the territory of Republic of Armenia.
That's
And
so cool.
It looks really very attractive, and here also we see not only we, our colleagues, archaeoseismologist colleagues from Armenia and France, fixed traces of earthquake.
Yeah.
And in my personal opinion, this can explore why having such kind of important city fortress as Erebuni, and not so far Argishti Finili, in the 7th century BC, Rusa II decided to make another fortress, Peshebaini, Karmid Belur. Because after earthquake, we had a destruction in Erebuni, and after earthquake, of course, there was a problem with water. And after this, and what also testify about this, because in Karmid Belur were discovered some objects with dedication to Erebuni, with cuneiform. It means that something happened in Erebuni, and those objects were transferred to Karmid Belur from Erebuni. So, and this earthquake is important discovery for Urartu archaeology. Please go to next slide.
Okay.
Also extraordinary. This is a water supply system. Also in 8th century.
Wow.
Some scholars say that even this can be a prototype of canalization.
Yeah. Yeah. The irrigation system.
You're talking about 3,000 years ago.
Yeah. The plumbing. It was the plumbing basically for the house.
Next slide. With the help of French embassy, so we were able to do special LiDAR scanner survey. So this was extremely nice, you can see, and also with German famous specialist, Professor Jörg Fassbinder. In 2010, we did the GeoRadar. survey in the outer town of Erebuni. Because, okay, we know in the fortress was lived, where lived elite. But what about the city? What about the outer town? Because Urartu is not only the fortress, Urartu is also the outer town. And if you go to next slide, just this is a small French which we did in past years. And here we have two archaeological phases. One should be related to end of 7th century, beginning of 6th century. And you see we discovered these balls. And after we have a destruction, and after this destruction, after this disaster, we closed all of this and very fastly made some dwellings, which should be dated to, I think, to the end of 6th century or 5th century BC. And there were done some zooarchaeological, archaeobotanical investigation. We can say that our ancestors who lived here, they like to eat a fish, goat, and here also there was discovered also seed of grapes. So this is
winery, maybe, huh? Something to do with wine, perhaps.
Maybe wine.
Now, Miqayel, when you guys are doing these digs, is this just the surface, or I mean, does it go even deeper? You guys haven't gotten there yet, because you see the fortress walls. Because if you look at the Erebuni, the walls, right?
What's on the surface?
What's on the surface? Like, because it talks about how the walls were like really, really tall. So is it? You guys haven't gotten that?
This is another part. In fortress, so which is magnificent. So as I told you, this is a elite part.
Okay.
But here we cannot have this kind of course we have also walls not so far, but this is how to say outer town.
Okay.
This is not this is on the nearest hill of Erebuni Fortress. For me as an archaeologist, it was very, very important to excavate here and to see about the daily life, about their worldview, what they eat, how they live, in which kind of houses they live. So, for example, in the middle, you can see the hole that is a pit. We discovered burnt layers in that pit with many of animal bones. And after we can know about their diet. So, and we are doing complex of multidisciplinary investigations, archaeobotany, archaeoseismology, so archaeology, so etc., etc., etc. With our Polish colleagues, we sent to Poland some sheds for special analysis of pottery. So we are really doing complex work on it. Please go to next slide.
Okay.
Just on next slide, you can see Armenian-Austrian joint expedition in Karmir-Belur. Here you can see this with our Austrian colleagues. Here is my friend, Professor Walter Kuntner from Innsbruck University. So the co-responsible of excavations. And here we are scanning not investigated part of Karmir-Belur with georadar, and you can see in a red color the results of this, which is also attractive. Please go to next. And here you can see an amazing discovery. Here, Karmir-Belur excavation. So this is excavations of 2021 and 22. And imagine we discovered this monumental structure, which is the prototype of Armenian medieval caravanserai, but in Urartian time. Three-partite prototype. After maybe we can talk about this because in media it was a very great coverage, and you can see in my Facebook page many links on it.
Yeah.
But really, this is an important discovery, and I received many congratulations for our team from my many colleagues from abroad. And look just how it's preserved.
That is
fairly large. That's a fairly large area.
yeah. That is amazing job you guys have done. I want to mention I want to the children. The next, I want to mention to first of all, I want to thank our audience for joining us live on YouTube and Facebook. Miqayel Badlayan is joining us live from Armenia. We did have some technical difficulties with his video connection, but he's joining us through audio. And those of you go find research or on Facebook, go find him, and on his page he has some amazing videos.
Yes.
A lot of media that has covered his discoveries, so you guys can watch and see some great stuff. Some of it is in Armenian, but you'll get to see at least the sites. So, all right, so we're looking at some children here.
If you these are local children of Karmir Balur district, and we are involving them. We are teaching them about archaeology, and they became very familiar with archaeology. So if we just fastly go to next slide, I can tell you that we now have a very good laboratory of restoration. Now we have very good microscope, etc., etc. So, and our restoration laboratory is now one of the leading in Armenia.
Wow.
But I can tell you that a few years ago it was also in a catastrophic situation.
Wow.
We have no microscope, etc., etc. So this is a one. Just after next slide, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is a one tool.
Wow.
So we made a special, we used a special tool, and we made an announcement on Facebook and donate a coin to Erebuni Museum. So, and after that, so a lot of persons, collectioners, etc., private collectioners, started to donate a coins to Erebuni Museum. Here you can see. So Tigran is the Great, Sasanian coin. So after that, because before that Erebuni Museum had no coin, now we have more than 300 coins after this event.
Wow, that's awesome. That is so good. They belong there.
Yeah, they do. But
we go to next. We are doing conferences which will go fastly. So we are doing next one, please. Restoration projects of Russian frescoes with Pushkin State Museum and Russian Institute of Restoration. So next one. So it was really very important occasion in Erebuni International Conference on Archaeology of Urartu, where we have also participants from Louvre, from France, from Hermitage State Museum, from Italy, from Poland, and from USA.
Yeah,
of course. By the way, for next year, with our colleague and great French Dr. Titus Kennedy from Biola University of USA, we are going to make a special project in Shankavid.
Wow.
Will be Armenian-US project.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Just few days ago, I spoke with Titus about this. Just also, go to next one. This is also a very easy tool. So you know about Tuftarkis, Day of Flowers.
Yes.
mm-hmm.
And you know that we need to make a propaganda of this, and we need to care about our traditions. Just we made this kind of screen, with this kind of picture, and we announced in Facebook that if we care in the Tuftarkis Saint our players can come to Erebuni Museum. Their visit will be free, and they will receive their names in cuneiform and the word happiness in Urartu.
Huh.
And after that, during that day, we had a lot of players who come to Erebuni.
Yeah, that's great marketing. That's the great way to get people to come.
In cuneiform, that's so cool.
I want my name in cuneiform. Okay, all right.
Go to next slide because I want to do fast. We made a special program with tests with some limited.
Now I want to mention that Erebuni Museum has a YouTube channel, so people can go and watch these videos you guys have made. Correct? Yeah.
Because we got a grant, and after I think month we will have a really very good new web page.
Okay.
Also, we made a special project. If we go to next slide, for the persons with limited visibility. This is our international cooperation. Please go to next slide. So also please go, it's written Earth Art. So just, I want to show just some easy things, easy tools. We just need a marketing, not so big money. Yeah. So in Earth Art, you know that one of the founders of Earth Art was Marco Grigorian, Armenian, who even is exhibited in New York Art Gallery. And so just we devoted to him a special exhibition. And what we did, we just used unusable sieged soil after excavations of Erebuni and some modern grass. We invited different famous artists and told them, please create an earth art with this. They did it, and after we make a harmony of archaeological objects exhibition and earth art exhibition. It was very successful and well visited. So now we can go, for example, slides in Hermitage Museum, Erebuni Hermitage. So restoration project, we can go these slides fastly. For example, now you can see with Louvre and French Institute of Patronymy. This is really important because thanks to the grant done by French government, now with Louvre Museum, we are working on a new exhibition of Erebuni Museum. They made a 200,000 euro grant to Erebuni Museum. And with Louvre Museum, imagine this is an extremely honor for us that the most visited museum in the world is collaborating with Erebuni Museum, and they are helping us to make a new exhibition.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
So now we almost very close to finish the concept. On the January, we will have a tender for stenography. In December, the museum will be closed. Main part of the museum will be closed. And in 2024, in April, we will have a new attractive exhibition. Please go to next slide. This is Junior Archaeological School, unique school in whole Caucasus. This was my program since 2012. This we are doing for free.
Yeah.
Go to next slide. We have a theory lesson where
hold on, Miqayel, let me ask you something. This junior archaeological school, if people, especially like from diaspora Armenians, let's say they tend to visit summertime, can they come and like do a program like this?
In June.
Okay.
So it's free.
Well, you should extend it into July as well, because I can guarantee you that with a lot of people would.
July is very hot.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
weather.
right.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
weather. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
It's not so convenient.
because I personally would love my kids to do this when we come, hopefully in June. So,
Yeah.
so that would be really fun.
Another program, let's excavate together. And when you come with your kids, we can make that program which is just for 1 hour. And I think your kids will love it. So
Awesome.
now we can very fastly go to this slide.
Okay.
So junior archaeological, we teach them theory lessons, how to read cuneiform, how to do a survey.
That's so cool.
So after that, we turn to practice lessons. You can see some processes of practice lessons. So after they made the exam, and if they pass, they receive a certificate and special badges. And with these badges, so they can, for free, with their friends or parents, come to Erebuni Museum. This is also important way, to keep them familiar with Erebuni Museum. We have a program for them that they became a guide, junior guides, and they make some special guidings for their classmates. We made also artificial area in Shankavid, you can see, which works very successful. And in next year, we will also make in Belur. Look now, as I told you in Shankavid some years ago, there were few visitors. Just in this photo, look how many visitors, school children we have here. So this is program Let's Excavate Together, which is just for 1 hour. We are doing also archery with professional archers. This is really also important. And also with organization 405, Erebuni is collaborating, and we are doing special classes, special program called Hike and Bell. When first special actors speak with children about the story of Hike and Bell, and after they have archery master classes with professional archers. We have pottery master classes. You can go to next slide. We have a program Let's Write as King Argishti, when we teach school children how to elementary way read cuneiform. So by the wisdom of God faculty, we have different quests. So you see in one of the pictures, the King Argishti, so welcoming to teenagers to the museum. We have the lectures, free lectures in different schools, because for us it's very important to propaganda Urartu. Educational programs which also important for marketing and financial plans. We have different virtual programs if you go. So you can go to our YouTube channel. You can see 3D reconstructions. By the way, in 29 of December, so we will have also VR glasses, and the visitors will be able to wear VR glasses and to have a journey to Erebuni Fortress, to Iupka temple area with king, queen, little prince, with libation rituals. They will be able to see how Argishti is making passport of Yerevan, etc., etc. So we also did this, and in 29 will be opening.
That is
So you guys have quite a bit of involvement with the youth programs and whatnot, with all of these sites. Yeah.
Okay.
Very fastly, we can go on our Facebook pages. I don't want to concentrate on this. Just we can very fastly.
Yeah, I'm going through
here. Here, for example, we have let's learn Urartu. Yes, it's very good tool, and you can learn some Urartian vowel sounds, some words with thanks to our Facebook page. And I can tell you that during each day we have requests to write names of our citizens, and of course sometimes it's so lot, but we for free they are sending their names with Urartian cuneiforms who requested. So you can see this. For example, here is written, if you go, it's written guess the numbers, yes? And this is a very easy tool to teach, to know the Urartian numbers. For example, do you see this screen? Guess the numbers. And on yellow, yes? For example, you see in yellow is marked on yellow the number.
Which slide is that? Hold on, I think I might be a little bit. Oh, there we go. The yellow and the numbers. Okay, there we go. Okay.
If you look to this yellow, can you guess the number? The first one.
The first yellow.
Let's see. Hold on. So wait. Okay, 23. 23. Oh no, wait. No, I'm wrong. 29. 29.
You are right.
Yeah.
Using this kind of tool, after some kind of experiences, you will be familiar to know Urartian numbers.
That is amazing.
Wow, this is so cool. I'm trying to figure the rest out.
So the next one is 4.
Okay, wait. 4. What's that number? What's the second image?
It's pointing the other way. I think it's. Oh, I can't find it.
Oh.
400?
Yeah, 400.
Okay, and there's an arrow going this way. That's 10. 400. 415.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Oh my God, the next one. I feel like I'm back in high school.
Rocket science.
Oh, let's go to the next slide.
Yeah.
Yes, name. So is a determinative.
Okay, so it's the first one letter is M. M.
Okay.
Then after that, it's what is that? I can't see. No, not that one. It's R. 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 And then after that, you have the double ones, which is, oh my goodness, I'm trying to find it. It's Gis, Argishti. It's Argishti. Is that what it says?
Yeah, it has to spell Argishti.
Argishti, wow. That's amazing. Oh, you know, yeah. Yeah.
So, to make archaeology public,
yeah,
very outstanding specialists, also our foreign specialists. We call this archaeolectorium. Usually we are doing this. For example, here you can go to next one. This is Dr. David Gandreau from France, very famous expert in mud brick preservation in archaeological context. So he was our speaker. So if you go to next, we were lucky that in our famous scientific popular archaeological journal, Archaeology Viva in Italy, was published an article on Erebuni. So after go next, so we are doing carpet weaving classes. Also, Erebuni became now famous because now we are doing clips, movies. Here you can see, for example, by Rima Pipoyan. So the film, the short film, musical film, Yell, which awarded Hollywood International Golden Age Festival after in London, after in Rome. So here you see musician. There was a fashion show in Erebuni, which is for me also important tool for popularization.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
after this is a mud brick project with our French colleagues, and in Kalmir Balur we will have a mud brick industry since April. And you see the mayor of Yerevan is testing mud brick in Erebuni.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
and you see Urartu soldiers in Erebuni and coverage. So we made so special programs. So this is a unique program we did with EP10 Autistic Center. We hosted them, their teachers and disciples to Erebuni Museum.
Yeah.
And after that, they made a special exhibition. As I remember, almost 300 works. So, and this is also very important reflection propaganda of Urartu heritage.
Yeah.
So just one of the last things what we did. So this is a common work, Armenia Maritima. This is a result of conference did in Erebuni Museum with our colleagues of Archaeology, Institute of Archaeology and Ethnography, and so very well quality book was published just recently, some days ago, which we published with Institute of Archaeology and with Hudson Institute of Archaeology, University of California, Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's great.
So, with UCLA.
And this book can be purchased here in US as well here?
It will be sent to UCLA, many samples.
Uh-huh.
After we will decide to purchase or not, it can be maybe purchased to Erebuni Museum store and some Armenian store, because the publication is limited, and if we have a double publication, we will see. And here, just thank you for your attention. This is also a tool to show that we don't need to damage our heritage.
Yes, yeah.
We need to care.
That is a big problem over there.
Yeah, I've seen. I went to Erebuni Fortress in 2010, and I saw some.
Yeah, a lot of tagging and yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
This work, this original Urartu. This is not Russian. Those are reconstructions done in Soviet fields. And now with different institutions, Putin State Museum of Fine Arts, Russian Institute of Restoration, with our colleagues, especially who are specialized in restoration. We are thinking how to manage this problem. The problem is that there are different ways, and we need to choose the right one. In this case, some opinions of very famous restorers are different, and we need to just find how to say some balance between these. And in May, we will have again a round table about this problem.
Okay. Now, as far as I know, you got to go. I know we're short on time, and let us know if you have to go right now. We can, but we would love to have a special episode and really dive deep into the true things you've discovered, like secrets and things that the average person doesn't know about, like as far as Erebuni and the Urartian Empire.
Yeah, that would be really awesome.
Is there anything you can tell us real quickly as far as something that
About secret, uh, I can tell you that we discovered very instructive structures. We discovered a very beautiful pebble floor in front of Urartu temple, also with water supply system, with platform for libation. This is very important because it gives us new ideas for the religious belief, cultic life of Urartian. And also in column hall, we were able to discover new layers, original Urartian layers and also post-Urartian layers. We discovered, as I told you, so water supply system, imagine water supply system in 8th century BC, 2,800 years ago. Of course, Erebuni has many secrets. In forthcoming year, we are going to excavate again with our French colleagues. And first, I need to tell you that when I was not a director, so the budget of Armenian, there was almost no budget from Armenian part during these investigations. Now our budget is equal to French part. This is really very important.
Wow.
For Camel Belur, as I told you, that ancient caravanserai, which we discovered, this is a secret. This was a secret because imagine people was working near this. It was noticed by deputy director of Erebuni Museum, Vahes Arksyan, who is also a archaeologist and very close friend of mine. After rainfall, he told me, say, Miqayel, working here, I noticed some traces of wall. And after we started work again, and I noticed another part of the wall. And after we made some aerial pictures, and we were sure that here we have a monumental building. Imagine building with dimensions almost 50 meter on 20 meter.
Wow.
Imagine what kind of building we have. So, and now we are excavating also because we see that the area is huge. Also now Armenian Bari Foundation is doing a fundraising for that. It was announced by public TV. This is also important that we started to make archaeology public. And now we are doing a fundraising with them. And we do hope that we will be able to excavate the old structure and after that to make good covering and protection, and it can be also accessible for visitors. Because imagine that you can go to, for example, sailing caravanserai or different caravanserai to Armenia, but you can ask to your friends that, do you know that the prototypes of this is discovered in Camel Belur? Because really the Camel Belur structures resemble the architectural planning of this caravanserai. And you know, there are a lot of works. We need to work a lot.
Yeah.
Of course, we need the support of diaspora. I don't say about money. I say about mental support.
Yeah.
Because even one word, for each word is extremely important for us. Even your coverage, even this format, your podcast is very important for us. And really, and we are very open. If, for example, the schools from diaspora, my sister also, she lives in Santa Clarita near LA, and
Yeah,
she works in a
Very close to us.
Sunday,
Yeah, not too far.
Sunday school. So if they will want to have a lessons, online lessons, I don't know, for free, we are really ready to do it. Or if some of our relatives, they will need some materials. Also, we are very open for any kind of fruitful collaboration and cooperation.
Yeah.
It will be really a privilege and honor for us.
Now, have you guys, if let's say one of the Armenian schools, for example, my children go to an Armenian school here, is there a program that can be put together where, let's say, the older children can visit Armenia through the Erebuni Museum and do some kind of a project for, let's say,
like some sort of like an exchange program or something like that?
Not an exchange, but like a little
something
trip,
like something like that.
Yeah,
like summer camp or whatever.
Yeah, because they do that a lot. Like the high schoolers end up going to like Armenia, things like that.
Yeah, that we will not able to cover their trip, etc. But we, in our museum, if they come to Armenia, to Yerevan, we can organize for them special summer school, and they can do many practices.
Okay. Well,
in the museum, they can be part of excavation. They can do part of restoration. They can do very, very attractive works for them, and we can make a complex program for them for free, of course, and we are ready for this.
Okay. Well,
we need.
Well, Miqayel, for sure, I will definitely talk to some people, and we'll see if we can set something up, because that would be a great program for kids.
Yeah, because there's an interest.
Yeah.
There's a starvation.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, not just with our history, but even with archaeological discoveries.
Yeah.
With anything pertaining to Armenia, the Armenian highlands, Urartu, Kingdom of Ararat, so on and so forth. There's that starvation all across the world. It's not just here in the US, everywhere.
Now,
anyone we talk to.
One question I want to ask you, Miqayel, I know there's new technology now where they have these sonar special vibration type where it shoots down and it actually picks up the underground structures. Have you tried some? Is there something like that as planned to do to see how deep this goes?
They cannot show how deep this goes. But they can show the construction, how are situated the construction. And as I told you, we did it. It's really very expensive work. We did it both in Erebuni and in Camel. And also with the financial support of Embassy of France in Armenia, we made also LiDAR scanner. We made a scanner from LiDAR, and also thanks to that, we were able to see new structures in Erebuni.
Okay, that you haven't gotten to yet. Basically, you haven't dug up yet.
Yeah.
Okay. But one other question I wanted to ask you is, do you know, as an archaeologist, do you know if this was covered by disaster or some kind of a,
some sort of event,
or was it covered by people on purpose to protect it?
I mean, it almost seems like it was built on a hilltop.
Yeah.
You know that sometimes after disasters we have a break. Because when the site was abandoned, so after that we have a break, and the wind also is bringing soil, and also there are different ways for the formation of archaeological sites. So here we have both, also disaster, also continuity of people. For example, in Camel we have a disaster. Then the fortress was fired, was burned. They left many objects. They hide many objects in Titoi. That's why Many objects were discovered inside of Pitori, inside of Karasis. But after, for example, after break, after hiatus, we have again saw resettlement of this. So we have both versions. We can say that we have in this site.
Okay. I know you have to go. I know you got to get to work. And again, is there anything you want to mention?
much.
Anything special that you would want us to announce on the show?
No, in Instagram, in Facebook, as I told you, that after some months we will be ready also our new web page, and we will be very happy to cooperate, to collaborate, and also to share our history, archaeology, heritage. This is important for us, and we need to be unified. We need to be in touch because I think we really need each other.
Yes,
we do.
Yes, that is very true. We will definitely
we'll post all the information for people to follow.
We will connect the YouTube channel to ours so people can connect through that. We will also definitely connect our Facebook channel. So we will do our part, and I really would love, and hopefully we'll work on the technical stuff ahead of time so you can join us with video. I know you want to talk about the Urartian Empire. There's a lot of stuff to cover. There's so much information. So hopefully,
Awesome.
Yes, we will definitely next year meeting soon.
Well, soon. A month.
Contact you and have you back on, and we'll have a really deep conversation about Urartu, because we're all fascinated with Urartu and being the heirs of Urartu, and it is proven now that Armenians are the heirs. So Miqayel Can, I wish you great holiday season. I wish you a happy new year.
Continued success.
I wish you health, to you, to your family, to your children, and we are honored to have someone like you on our show. And thank you for everything that you are doing for our culture. Thank you so much. You are a treasure to our culture. So continue what you're doing.
Thank you. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to all of Armenia. It was a really honor and privilege for me to be host in your important podcast.
Thank you.
Merci, Miqayel Can.
Yeah, enjoy the Lavor Kezi.
Parior.
Okay, bye-bye. Well, that was a great conversation.
If you guys haven't visited, for anyone who's visited Yerevan, go to Erebuni Fortress. It's pretty cool. It's really cool. My mom's cousin wasn't staying too far away from that, so anytime I would go over stay over, it was maybe 8-minute walking distance. To go to the museum.
Those of you, again, we apologize for the way,
a little bit of audio issues.
We didn't know he was having issues with his microphone connecting. Then we tried a video call through Facebook, but it wasn't working. So that's why we did the audio version. But hopefully next time we won't have this issue. But I want to thank everybody who joined us. So those of you who are asking in the chat, the YouTube channel is Erebuni Museum. If you type it, it will come up. We'll connect it to our channel so you guys can find it easily. Go follow Miqayel Badlayan, and the way Miqayel is spelled Miqayel. Badlayan. So that's pretty simple. You can write that up, but follow him on Facebook. You can also follow the Erebuni Museum on Facebook. You will see some amazing videos. I've spent the last week just watching. I had formed a lot of questions, but
if you ever go to Erebuni Fortress on a clear day, it's probably one of the best views of Ararat. Period. In my opinion.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
I got lucky enough that day.
Yeah, we lost about a good half an hour of conversation because of that technical issue, and he had to leave because he had to go to work.
Yeah.
And it's early in the morning over there. So we're gonna have him back on because we wanted to cover a lot of things.
There's a
We didn't
lot
get to we didn't get to really dive deep into it the way I wanted to, but it's okay. But again, we'll have him back.
It called this an introductory.
Yeah, call it introductory. Yeah, I am fascinated by our archaeology, and I am so excited that our Armenian archaeologists are doing this amazing excavations.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much we're gonna find, and I hope one day we can go excavate in Western Armenia and
Give me a shovel, man.
yeah,
Let's
I
go.
will be there with the tractor.
Let's go. Give me a shovel. Let's go.
Next week, okay, so next week's show, we are waiting on confirmation. If Raicha confirms from People of R, he will join us, and we'll be talking about the genetics of the Urartians. There is, I mean, it is official. They have officially,
This is a big topic.
yeah, they have officially announced that it is of Urartian and Armenian DNA, genetics,
yeah.
whatever. It's official. So.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that he has researched and he wants to talk about. But if he confirms, then we'll be back live next week, next Thursday, and probably be 7 p.m. again because it's really early in the morning for him.
No, we could just get on live and Google.
Yeah, year-end special, right?
No, no.
If not, we'll probably put up one of our recorded episodes that we've done. So again, if that does happen, I want to wish everybody a happy new year. Well, Merry Christmas. First of all, Merry Christmas to everyone, because
Yes,
I know
Merry
this weekend is
Christmas,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas. Those of you
This
who
weekend.
celebrate, wishing you guys a great gathering
Happy,
with family
healthy.
and friends. Yeah. And if we don't see you guys next week, then we wish everybody happy New Year. Be safe. Hopefully 2023 gets you a little bit closer to your goals and achievements.
Yes.
But don't
Happy,
give up.
healthy, successful
Yeah.
2023
And,
to every single one of you and your families.
Yeah. And I want to thank everybody who sticks around with us and joins us live.
Braves through our technical
Thanks,
difficulties.
guys. And those of you who I know watch us afterwards, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for making this year amazing. We've had some amazing guests. We've had some great conversations, and we've
Some amazing
we've
information.
had a lot more followers now. The word's getting around, and this podcast is about everybody. It's bringing these type of amazing people who will educate us and excite us to learn more about our history and go visit these sites. I think for me, I'm hoping if we go this summer, it's one of the first places I'm going.
Hey,
So
man, I'm definitely
get your kids
putting it on my
involved.
list.
Get your kids involved,
Yes.
guys.
The most
Please.
important thing, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
it really is. Get your kids, nephews, nieces, everybody. Just
Yeah.
get them involved. Get them to see these things and get excited about these things. That's the biggest reason we're doing this. It's grassroots.
Yeah, and on the dinner table, if your kids are
Grassroots.
of age and they understand, start talking about our history. Start talking about
Our history is awesome.
yeah.
Our
So-
history is unbelievable.
That's what we recommend, the Mer Herosner. Besides that, I want to remind everybody, guys, we do have the promotion still going on for the holiday sale. Order your sculptures. We got the Vartan Tigran here. The Najde is at pre-order. If you follow us on Instagram, you saw we just posted the master copy, which is ready. That went into production. It's going to be molded, and then the casting will start.
Should be
the marble
expecting these,
casting.
yeah.
So our goal is to get this out to everybody by end of January. So we're
Thank
working
you for
hard with
everyone who's already placed
Yeah.
their pre-orders.
that. The hats right here, the floating hat right here.
What are we calling him?
I don't know, Mesrop.
Come up with like a really decent trucker
Yeah.
name, I guess, right?
Yeah. Mesrop the hat. I don't know.
Mess up the hat.
Yeah, why
Mess
not?
up the trucker.
Mess up the trucker. Why not?
Yes, it works.
Yeah. So
Okay.
get the hats, get the shirts, the canvases. We've had some orders of the canvases which shipped out today. Thank you guys for doing that. Let's see. Besides that, anything else you want to mention, Mikey?
No.
Follow us on Patreon. Patreon.
Patreon.
If you're English, Patreon.
So scholarly of you.
Well, after all these episodes,
I mean,
follow us
are you
on
developing like some sort of British archaeological accent?
I show up with a pipe.
Well, we discovered something.
Yeah, you don't say. Follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed yet. And what else? Thank you guys. Thank you, Nadine. Thank you. Merry Christmas to everyone. Edgar, Abiding. Thank you, Abiding. You're always here with us. We appreciate it. Let's see. Anything else?
No, that's
I'm out
it.
of words.
That's it. Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah.
I think that's a wrap, bro.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. As we always say, respect one another.
Love one another.
Until the next episode, take care.